So I was having this conversation with my buddy, and we were talking about what causes someone to change or redefine themselves. And I was kind of breaking it down together with him, all the different overlying or reasons why people would want to change. And I think that this is kind of fascinating because in the moment when you want to make a change in your life, you just don't know why you're doing it or for the reasons you are aiming to make that change. And we just talked about it and we broke it down into a couple of reasons. So the first one that was brought up was curiosity. Being curious about a specific topic or thing or hobby makes you want to dig deeper into that thing, which then forces you to learn about it and then change as a person. Because the more you learn, the more curious you are about that thing, the more invested you become in it, and it becomes a part of you. So change occurs then, where you become a person who now is really into that thing, and you've learned something new and you've redefined yourself as a person. Another one is fear. So being fearful of what others might think of you, being fearful of what the norm is in the world. So kind of like having this external pressure pushing down and kind of like forcing you to think about what your position is and how you want to make it so that you don't feel fearful of where you're at. And that way you redefine yourself again because you don't want to feel that you are falling behind. And the next one is stagnation. So whenever you're kind of like in this same tempo for a long time, sometimes it's great where the amount of effort that you put in is great for the amount of things that you get out of it. But if you consistently put in the same amount of effort and you don't see any increase in uh, output, or maybe you just feel like it's not worth your time anymore, suddenly it becomes a stagnated issue here where you feel like you need to mix things up and try something new. And this is another form of change where you are forced through a long period of stagnation to redefine yourself and do something different. Another more unique one is, oh, I'm just going to wait for this train. Now, another unique one is shame. So, a lot of the times we all grow up with parents, and a lot of the times, yeah, we do all grow up with parents. Uh, they put a lot of pressure on you, and you might not be able to reach those goals that they set or those expectations. And in turn, you feel a slight sense of shame that you weren't able to reach that level that those expectations are for you that you wanted to strive towards. And this becomes fuel to yet again redefine and create change in your life. And it's interesting when you look at the reasons why you create change because there's just so many ways that you can redefine yourself, but the final outcome is still the same. But the underlying reasons why you made that change might be very different. So let's say I finished university and I got a degree. Suddenly, you have this almighty degree, but why did you get that in the first place? Was it because your parents had high expectations for you? Was it because you were really curious about a specific topic that you wanted to learn more about it through the educational field? Or was it perhaps that you felt pressured by other people to make something out of yourself with a piece of paper from a school. And these are just factors that are really fascinating. And another one that I want to end off with is uh, this one's kind of interesting, but it's spite. And it's when something or someone kind of like just rubs you the wrong way and you want to prove them wrong. And this also becomes fuel to create change and do something different. And a lot of the times when you are creating change and doing something different because of spite, the end kind of like result becomes not for you, but for that person to prove them wrong. And I think this is just a really fascinating one because at the end of the day, you're doing something out of spite to show someone else that you can do it, but it's not really for you, it's for the other person. And that other person doesn't even care, to be honest. They probably just go on with their day thinking nothing about it. And that is a couple of the reasons why people make change and redefine themselves in their lives. And I just thought that it was interesting of a topic to bring up because whenever we make changes in our lives, we only think about the end result and what you need to do to make that change or grow as a person. But you never really think about the underlying foundation as to why you are making those changes or what kind of like sparked it in the first place and those core essences that you need to then hone in on and see if it's a good change or a worthwhile change that you are making in your life and it's not just for someone else. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Actually, post down below if you have any other thoughts on underlying reasons why people would make change or redefine themselves in their life. Maybe you've seen this from another kind of like avenue and you've made changes in your life that I haven't talked about in this video. And I would love to hear that in the comments down below. I'll see you later. Take care.